Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have been having such a good weekend so far. Like I had Pilates this morning, my hair's up in rollers ready for my solo date tomorrow. I have my green tea that I'm drinking out of my Christmas mug because there's no other mug that I can find, and I just love it. It's just nice to drink out of, and my skin feels very smooth, but I don't want to speak too soon because I'm not in my luteal phase yet, so we'll find out next week if I'm the same person. I have been waiting to talk about this on my channel for a long time, even though my channel's sort of based on self-improvement anyway, but I wanted to talk about self-improvement in your 20s specifically. I feel like there's this huge expectation that your 20s are supposed to be the best years of your life. Like in your 20s, you're supposed to have like your career sorted out, your relationships, figure out who you are and what you want. But honestly, your 20s are actually the starting point, because if you think about it, like from your childhood all the way up to like 18, you have been, for example, going to school and you've been living under your, like, you know, your parent or guardian's roof. Like you haven't really been free. Whereas like your 20s are a time for you to start figuring things out. You make mistakes, you make decisions, you try things out, and then you're slowly then becoming the person who you want to become. And I feel like social media in particular is very, very toxic because I feel like it sets this timeline or this time limit on when you're supposed to figure things out, especially like my age. I'm almost 25 and I feel like there's some part of me that feels like I'm running out of time because, for example, I'm not in a relationship. I'm happily single, don't get me wrong. But obviously everyone around me is in relationships, they're even having children, they're getting married, they're getting engaged. And yes, although 24, 25 is still essentially young, I also feel like a part of me is thinking, okay, what do I need to do now? Like, I feel like, you know, I've got my career in place, I've got like my hobbies set in place, but what about my relationship side? And what about, you know, taking big risks? But in reality, self-improvement in your 20s is a lot messier than that. So I kind of wanted to talk about what self-improvement actually and realistically looks like in your 20s. And I've actually got a list written down on my phone because it's quite a lot. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to memorize everything that I've written down. So I want to read it out to you. So firstly is self-care and investing in yourself. Now, one of the biggest things is learning how to take care of yourself properly. Now, I'm not talking about like for girls, I'm not talking about, you know, putting on your makeup every single week and, you know, getting your nails done, etc. But really investing in really good like skincare, for example, and eating better and exercising and taking care of like your hygiene, like your oral health as well. Like your teeth are so important. Like I actually couldn't say this any louder. You need to make sure that you are taking care of your teeth. You need to make sure that you're taking care of your hair, your daily exercise routine, your diet, because these are the things that actually matter later on in life. Like obviously you can do your makeup now, you can look cute, you can dye your hair, you can curl your hair, you can go and book yourself a nail appointment. I love that and I still do it myself, but I feel like I'm talking about even deeper things like skincare and like eating the right nutrients, because that will affect you later on in life. And again, your 20s are your starting point. This is the point where you're actually setting a starting point for how you're going to live your life. And if you're spending most of your time eating junk food and stressing yourself out and not taking care of like your oral health, not taking care of your skincare, you will regret it in like 10 years time. Looking after your appearance isn't vanity, it's actually self-care. It's actually like loving yourself essentially, because you need to take care of yourself. You only have one life, and this is the person that you're going to be through the rest of your life. Obviously, you look different in like 10, 20 years time, but you are your one person, and you need to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Number 2 is building habits and discipline. Another huge part of self-improvement is realizing that growth doesn't actually come from motivation. It comes from building different habits. And I have spoken about this before, actually on my podcast, where I talk about how when you want to make a change in your life, it doesn't come from comfort. You can stay in the same place, but obviously staying in the same place only provides you comfort. It doesn't provide you the opportunity to grow. And if you want to build discipline and build habits, you need to start stepping out of your comfort zone. Most of the things that change your life are the small things that you do consistently, because Again, like your whole lifestyle and your routine are built by changing your habits. Even if it's something so small, like maybe setting your alarm earlier in the morning, maybe changing the way you spend your free time. Like, are you going to spend the rest of like your evening doom scrolling on social media? Or you can maybe educate yourself, like read a book, listen to a podcast, go to the gym. These are small things that can shape your life and change your life. At the beginning, it might sound a little like uncomfortable, it might seem a little foreign for your nervous system, but you eventually start to thank yourself, because when your life starts to unfold and starts to change, you're going to think back and say, you know what, I'm actually glad that I changed the way I spent my evenings, or I'm glad the way I changed my circle, I'm glad the way I changed my morning routine. Because if you think about it, if you want to manifest like your dream life and you're trying to think about your dream persona, that dream person of you, like that person who's living your dream life, they don't have the same routine and habits as you currently do now. Because if they do, then you wouldn't be finding ways to try and improve your life. You wouldn't be trying to find ways to try and get to where you need to be. You'd be exactly where you need to be because of your habits, if you know what I mean. Another thing is learning how to structure your time. Something that I've realized is that if you don't plan your time properly, it disappears. And two of the big things that I value most in life are my time and my money. And if my time is wasted, it feels like my money is wasted. Like, imagine having lots of money in your account and it goes the next day. Like, imagine the pain and like just the amount of disappointment that you'd feel if all your money went. And that's exactly how it is with your time. Planning your time is so important, because like you might have something planned in your head, you might have something even written down in your diary, etc. And before you know it, the week's over, the day's over, and you're thinking, oh my god, where did the time go? And that's because you haven't actually planned how you want your day to go and how you want your week to go. And it's all about being productive. Like, if you want to try and get that workout session in, if you want to try and get that reading session in, if you want to try and educate yourself, or even a studying session, you've got to make sure that you're planning your time, even if it comes with the sacrifice of going out and having fun. Even though you can have fun, because I feel like a healthy life involves you having the freedom to do that, but at the same time, planning your time where you prioritize things that would actually benefit you in the future is so important. Being intentional with your time is one of the best things that you can ever do, and you will thank yourself for it in like 10 or 20 years time. If you think about it, all these people that are very successful, who have their own businesses, who make their own big money, living basically their dream life, are the people that actually were very intentional with their time. They're not sort of living life spontaneously, which I guess it's good to do, it's fun to do, like each to their own. But me personally, I feel like ever since I started planning my time and being intentional with my time, my life has actually worked out for the better. And I'm spending less time on social media, I'm spending less time on doom scrolling, and I genuinely feel better. And that's actually making me one step closer to the life that I'm trying to manifest, because I know that my dream self, dream Rihanna in the future, who has everything that she wanted, wouldn't just wake up any day and not have a routine and not be intentional with her time. Number 4 is trying new things. I absolutely love this, because I think I first started to try new things at the beginning of 2025, and the reason for that is because I just genuinely felt like this sense of boredom. And as soon as that boredom hit, I was like, oh my god, like, what am I doing with my life? And I feel like that boredom sort of made me live in the past. And when you're living in the past, that can be extremely toxic for your vibration, for your frequency, for even your energy itself. So trying new things is so healthy and so important for you. And again, like, building those new habits will change your life. That doesn't just include like hobbies. The new hobbies that I tried at the beginning of last year was going to more fitness classes, because I'm a gym girly and I love lifting weights. I love going on the treadmill. I love going on the Stairmaster as well. But at the same time, I kind of wanted to try out like Pilates and like workout classes, and I did that and I felt so much better, and I made actual use of my membership. I was like thinking, hold on, I'm paying X amount of money a month and I'm not even utilizing the fitness class side of it, and I'm not utilizing the other side of it. I'm just utilizing the gym. Looking back at it, it felt like a waste. But it's not just about hobbies, it's also like putting yourself out there, meeting new people, networking is so important, especially if you want to try and build something. You need to network and you need to meet new people. Meeting new people and talking to new people is so fun, like especially even on the romantic side. Like let's say like you're so hooked up on like a past ex or a past situationship. When I tell you, like talking to someone new is so fun. Like you don't have to worry about what your ex is doing, who your ex is with. Forget them, they're in the past, they're history. Focus on what you have now, and like focus on the opportunity to meet new people. And if it isn't a relationship, focus on meeting new friends. Like I really do master the art of abundance. There is never enough for anyone. Like you can make as many friends as you want, you can network as much as you want, because there is more than enough for everyone. So I feel like meeting new people and just trying new things is so healthy for you, and it will benefit you. So putting yourself in a situation where you might fail is key to your success. Now it does kind of sound contradictory, but successful people take risks. Why? Because they're not stuck in comfort zones. Comfort zones won't take you anywhere. It brings you comfort, it brings you that safety net, but it won't put you in bigger situations. It won't put you in a more successful situation. Of course, like no one wants to fail, everyone wants to succeed in life, but you've got to put in yourself in situations where you do fail so that you can learn from those lessons. So I feel like even if you want to take big risks, do it. Even if it comes with the opportunity of you potentially failing, then do it, because I feel like even though it's a failure, God and the universe is never not on your side. So a setback is never the end of the world. I feel like a setback is also, it's like a step closer to where you need to be. I feel like in fact, everyone needs to go through trials and tribulations. Everyone needs to go through things to find out where they belong and what's actually meant for them. So a failure actually puts you one step closer to where you need to be anyway. Because if you were to think about it this way, I actually read a quote on TikTok and it was like, if you knew how many no's and how many failures it took for you to get to where you need to be, then every single challenge, every single failure, every single rejection, every single heartbreak wouldn't be so tormenting, and it wouldn't be so disappointing to you, because you are aware of the fact that you are one step closer to where you need to be. So your 20s, like improving in your 20s, includes putting yourself in situations like that. And remember, you are allowed to start over. Don't let anybody tell you that this is the end of where you need to be. You are allowed to start over. I've seen people change their careers at the age of like 28. That's fine. Like you don't have to be the same person that you were yesterday. Like if you think about it, biologically, we are not the same person every single day. I woke up today with a new set of skin cells. I woke up today with a better immune system. I mean, side note, I have been eating more vitamin C. But I'm talking about like naturally, we are a different person every single day. So if that can happen biologically, that can happen mentally and subconsciously. So if you want to change the way you live your life in general, you can do that. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do that. If someone tells you that you cannot do that, it's because they're still stuck in a cage of self-limitation, and let them stay there. Number 6 is learning to say no. Setting boundaries for yourself is so healthy for your self-respect and dignity, because if you are a people pleaser, you will allow people to step all over you. Now, I was once a people pleaser because I kind of wanted to feel liked by everyone. So I would allow the disrespect. I would allow people to talk down on me because I wanted to fit in. But look where it got me, because those people are not in my life anymore. And those people, I allowed those people to continuously disrespect me. And if I were to look back at my past self, of course, I'm disappointed in my actions, but in a way, I kind of turned those negative experiences and turned them into positive experiences, because now I'm grown from them, and I've learned that I shouldn't be pleasing everyone, and I should be learning to say no. Every time you say yes to something, you could be taking away something that could actually be good for you. So like, I feel like we need to stop demonizing the word no and start thinking that it's okay to turn down choices. It's okay to turn down decisions. It's okay to turn down people for your own good. It's okay to be selfish, guys. Like, being selfish is so important. It's really healthy for you. Obviously, not selfish in a way that can make you spiteful and horrible, but it's okay to be selfish in a way that benefits you and benefits people around you without harming them. Another thing is accepting that people will come and go. Now, I have spoken about one of my favorite theories, which is the train journey theory. And this theory involves you are the passenger and you get on this train, and every other passenger on this train are people in your life. Now, not every single person is going to get off on the same stop as you, and that's okay. Like, if you were on the train right now, you wouldn't tell someone to get off at whatever stop that you want them to get off at. They will do whatever they want because you're not in control of them. The only person that you're in control of is yourself. So accepting that people will come and go is okay. Some people are meant to be in your life only for a period, and that's fine. Like, sometimes you have to learn from people. People come into your life for you to learn something. Remember, your energy and your frequencies intersect with them at some point in your life. And when that frequency changes, then that's when you start to become apart. And that's never a waste of time because you take something from them, whether that's an ex, whether that's an ex-friend, whether that's an ex-colleague or an ex-job. Like, these things, you learn experiences from them so that you can take those experiences and make your next one or your next part of your life a positive thing, and you grow from that and you become a better person. So when you are in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, you can look back and say, I'm glad that I made that decision. I'm glad that I let that person go so that I can become better and I can surround myself with better. And also, like, even if things weren't left in a bad way, like let's say people just walk out of your life for the better good, it's still okay. I mean, obviously it's okay to feel those feelings, because I feel like sitting with your emotions are quite unhealthy. Suppressing your emotions is kind of like, imagine if you had like a really like overflowing bin and you kept pushing like the bin down with like a plastic bag, and you're not actually emptying out the bin, you're just pushing the rubbish down. And that's kind of like your emotions. If you continue to suppress your emotions and sort of like not deal with them, it will overflow at the end and the cup will run over. Whereas if you actually get rid of the emotions and sit with it and understand that people can go in your life, then it's fine, and you'll feel better in like, you will, not even 10 years time, you'll feel better in like the next week. Some people are just a chapter in the beautiful book that's written about your life, period. Another thing is being smart with money. Now, I am the type of person that says, you know, spend your money because time doesn't return, but your money does. At the same time, I feel like spending your money on unnecessary things and not actually investing it will sort of set you back in life, because you've got to prioritize where you set your finances. And if you're spending all your money on things that you won't probably use in the next 5 years, then it really is a waste of time. Now, I'm not talking about like materialistic things. If you're spending your money on learning new skills, like, you know, paying for a gym membership or paying for a new like class or like a new like project or a guide, then that's good. That's, you're investing it. Because remember, like every single successful business or every single fulfillment is an investment. You've got to invest part of your time and money into it. But if you're spending your money on unnecessary things that won't benefit you in like the next 10 years, then what's the point? You've got to be very mindful of where you put your money and then see where that goes. A lot of people, like especially people that want to start businesses, are prepared to spend all of their money on it and leave them with nothing. But the thing is, they think about it in the long run. They think, if I invest all of my money into this business could potentially blow up and it can be the best business ever, and then I'm getting like triple the amount that I actually put in. So you've got to think about where you put your money in and understand that although you can still make memories and you can still live a good life, you've got to be responsible with your money. But also, time is very, very valuable as well. Like I said, time and money are the two most valuable things that I consider in my life. And I feel like, yes, although investing your money is very, very important, and investing it in things that would benefit you, but at the same time, like, time doesn't return. So if you want to go on that holiday, do it. Like, make memories, travel, meet new people, go out to places that would benefit you. Another thing is to stop comparing yourself to people. Now, going back to what I said about social media, that is a huge, huge thing. I feel like ever since social media became like the forefront of everything, that is where comparing your life starts. I feel like that is where people have, including myself, have compared their life to a lot of other people. And can I just say that everything that you see on social media, I'd say 99.9% of what you see is fake. Now, I don't mean fake as in like everything is not real and everything is like AI, etc. But people will only post the positive side of their life. And every single day of your life isn't positive. Let's be real. You're going to have days that are negative. You're going to have days that are down days. No one's going to be posting those type of days on social media. When you see like a couple who are so loved up, they're not going to be posting the arguments that they have, the troubles that they have in their relationship, the distortion and the friction that happens in their relationship. They won't do that because obviously they want to show off how loved they are, and I love that for them. But at the same time, like, if you're sitting there and thinking, oh, why can't I be loved up like that? You will, like, there's enough for everyone. But I feel as though comparing your life and strictly comparing your life to what you see on social media is so toxic. You need to stop being so attracted to what you see on screen and open your eyes up to the world around you, because everyone is on their own journey. Everyone is on their own path. It's okay for somebody else to have what they want before you get what you want, because everyone's on their own timeline. It doesn't mean that you won't get what you want, because everyone's different. And the thing is, like, when you do eventually get what you want, you will actually understand why it took you that long to get it, because everything comes to you in due time. Guys, I have divine timing tattooed on my ankle because I stand by that phrase so much. Everything that I have achieved in life, everything that's come into my life has come in divine timing. Like, when it came, I'm like, oh, that's why it took that long to come. And that's why it took so many rejections, so many types of heartbreak to happen, because I am the person that fits in with that experience right now. Like, if my 21-year-old self were to experience what I have today, I feel like she wouldn't be ready for it. You've got to be ready for it. And the thing, like, the whole essence that sees that you're ready for it is God and the universe. God and the universe will send people, opportunities, experiences into your life when you are ready, not when they see yourself comparing your life to other people. Remember, saying that you want something so bad and being desperate for something actually puts you further away from where you want to be, because that desperation puts you in a place of scarcity. When you open your heart and trust God and the universe, everything will fall into place. And finally, take lots of risks. Taking risks in life is so beautiful, and I think beautiful is the right word to use because it opens so many doors for you. Remember, guys, you only have one life, and I feel like limiting yourself to your comfort zone is not going to benefit you. You've got to take that big risk, even if it does come with that opportunity for you to fail. You've got to do it. Apply for that new job, apply for that new opportunity. When life throws you opportunities, grab them. Don't think, oh, what do I do? Like, do I leave it aside? If you say, nah, I'm going to just wait until next year, that's going to become somebody else's. If you put it that way, if you actually change your perspective and think, when life throws me an opportunity and I turn it away, someone else is going to grab it, and that's going to be somebody else's. It's not going to be yours anymore. So you've got to think, when life gives me those chances, I'm going to get them, because life involves risks. The most fulfilling things involve risks. It's like falling in love. Like, falling in love comes with the price of giving your heart to someone. And I know that is a big thing. It can involve a lot of pain in the end, but at the same time, you've got to think about the back end of it. You could be so in love with your person, or even if it's like a new career or a new job that involves you having to quit your current one and having to wait ages. Yes, you'll be in a troubled financial situation for a short period of time, but then when you first receive that paycheck, you're going to think, oh my God, I am glad that I took that opportunity. But your 20s are a time where failure is actually allowed. I feel like I would much rather prefer me failing quite a few times in my 20s than in my 30s. Because I feel like your 30s are where you sort of have things figured out. Your 20s are just your trial and error, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Most of the time, and I guarantee you, if I were to speak to someone, even in their like 80s, they would say that their biggest regrets are not taking enough risks. Don't let social media, don't let people, don't let anybody else, anything around you tell you that you cannot take that risk, even if they don't see the potential in you. Tiny change of habit could change your whole life around, guys. So remember to take those risks, take those big steps, and trust God and the universe. At the end of the day, self-improvement in your 20s isn't perfect. Like, let's be real. It's messy, it's uncomfortable, and sometimes it feels like you're moving backwards. But if you're learning and you're growing and you're slowly becoming a better version of yourself, then you're doing it right. That's what this whole journey is about. It's about evolving. That's why I need my channel Ever Evolving, because you are evolving, you're growing into this beautiful person that you're meant to be. So if you found this video helpful, I am so grateful, and stay tuned for more videos.